Welcome to Claughaun GA Club in the heart of Limerick City for the Bon Secours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 2 clash between Ballybrown and Mungret St Paul's. Probably one of the most significant games of the entire 2023 season, certainly on a club level. Mungret, a draw will be good enough for them to see them reach this top Group 1 for next year, while Ballybrown need a victory over their near rivals for promotion. Delighted to be joined by Jack Neville for this afternoon's game. Jack, the field underwent a test by referee Eamon Stapleton before the game. Conditions, well, there's no other point saying, but they're just dreadful, to be honest here. Very difficult day for teams who would love a dry sunny day to, do what they can do.
Yeah, it's brutal here, John, to be quite honest. We're in a bit of a shelter, but even I'm soaked after just the walk in. So it's going to be a challenge for both teams. It's the same for both teams. They're nice hurling sides, so we're being robbed of that. But it's just another interesting subplot to this game that has so many talking points coming into it, John. The rain, the weather. The pitch has passed inspection. To be fair to Claughaun, the pitch has seen an awful lot of games this year, and there's been no issues. I remember the first day passed well, and the Piercing, it was fairly miserable here as well. So there'll be no fear of the pitch, but it'll just be a case of how teams adapt. Both like to play through the lines. That kind of hurling is going to be far more difficult today than it would have been a couple of weeks ago for the fourth round, with beautiful weather for that. So just the joys of playing hurling in Ireland, but it'll be very interesting to see how both teams go. As I said, two teams like to play it short. Might have to change their styles. We might see some positional changes, and we do have some changes coming to the game, so it'll be very interesting to see how this one goes, John.
You can hear the wind probably as we're talking in Claughaun here. We will start with the team news now, as Jack Neville mentioned, starting with Ballybrown, who showed two changes from the advertised programme. In goals, Josh O'Reilly. Full back line, Kevin Foster, Stevie O'Reilly, the Ballybrown captain, and Mark Sheehan. Half back line, Mikey Gavin. Number 30, Mikey Kiley is in for Kenny Power, and number 24, Josh Adams is in for Ned Quinn. As Jack mentioned, plenty of positional changes there as well in that Ballybrown backline. Midfield, Colin Coughlin and Lee Doolin, Barry Adams and Aidan O'Connor and Ross Griffin in the half forward line, on paper anyway, and the full forward line, Luke O'Connor, Andy Cliff and Barry O'Connor, the Ballybrown side, managed by Harry Gleeson. Mungret St Paul's team now managed by Brian Begley. In goals, Conor O'Brien. Full back line, Liam Harrington, Matt O'Sullivan and Killian Archer. Half back line, Ona Doherty, Patrick Begley, the captain of the Mungret side, and Brian Barry. Midfield sees the two Duffs, Barry and Rory. Half forward line, Brian O'Mara, Fintan Fitzgerald and Shane Barry. Full forward line, Paul O'Brien, Liam Lynch and Niall Mulcahy. Jack, we're going to show you the table on screen now for everyone at home anyway. There's permutations all over the place here. We've just mentioned what both sides need to do, but if Mungret do come out victorious in this game, it opens the door for Adair, who are playing Monaleen at the same time. We'll give you updates of that game as we go on here in Claughaun as well. Such a fascinating end to the group stages of this group, and of course Garth Spillane already relegated from that game at South Liberties. A huge shock in that one, with Liberties certainly by the scoring margin. It's been a fantastic competition throughout, certainly in the Group 2 anyway. Yeah,
it's been brilliant, and a lot of these teams have come through Premier Intermediate, and we laud that grade the whole time, so it's not surprising that it's been so nip and tuck. But at the start of the year, you probably would have seen Ballybrown as the favourites come out of it. They have it in their own hands, but fair to Mungret, they have it in their own hands as well. They can go through. They're already in quarter-final. For me, Mungret have no pressure here, John. They're ahead of their trajectory of where we expect them to be. They have so many young players coming through, and they're already in quarter-final. No fear for them. For Ballybrown, they would expect them to be maybe home and hose at this stage coming into the game, but they have to get the job done. They're not in the quarter-final, and Adair at the same time against Monaleen, who, credit to Monaleen, got their 4 points, secured safety earlier on. They're out now. Adair know that they have to get a win at least and rack up a big score, because if Mungret do them a favour, Adair could pinch them, and it could be the same as last year for Ballybrown. We thought they'd be home and hose after first 2 rounds, and then it just went skyways. So it's very interesting. As I said, there's so many plot points. They're neighbours, of course. Adair are there on their heels. They're going to be thinking about the result in that game if things aren't going their way here. They have the job to do. How they go about it will be interesting to see. We're looking at the hurleys here in front of us, Shannon, and they're being covered by plastic bags, such as the weather conditions here, Ballybrown in front of us. But the teams are out, John, and I think once the game starts, they're not going to care about the weather. They're probably drowned already as is. These city rivalries take on a life of their own, especially when you add in promotion into the line for Ballybrown, a quarter-final place at stake. It's just one, you'd be looking forward to it. You would have penciled in at the start of the year, if there was anything to play for this game, we're going to get fireworks, and 2 or 3 minutes to go, John. I'm expecting fireworks.
Fireworks indeed. You see both sides going through their final preparations on the field now. Both sets of management teams as well coming over. We'll have Ballybrown near side, as you can probably see on screen, and the far side Mungret St. Paul's setting up their account. You know, there's plenty of talent on show as well, Jack. We must mention, you only have to look at the likes of Colin Coughlin and Aidan O'Connor and the Ballybrown side having absolutely outstanding seasons. You know, from their club point of view, added on to their little bits and pieces with Limerick. You look over the Mungret St. Paul side, the return of the likes of Liam Lynch and Brian O'Mara back to full fitness have benefited them hugely in this season.
Yeah, like starting with Ballybrown, there's no point denying who the key men are, and the men they need to go on. Colin Coughlin and Aidan O'Connor. Like, looking at Colin out there, like even in the county, it's like men against boys sometimes when he's playing. He has the ability to put up huge scores from midfield, from play. Really strong runner. It'll be interesting to see where he's deployed. He's obviously
it's half forward, is my understanding. The same he did against Gareth Bland. I think he scored 1, 4 or 5 that day as well. So
yeah, and the thing with Mungret against Ballybrown is that one thing I think with Mungret is they definitely have the hurling to play Senior A. It's probably physicality. They're so young. It's probably the one area that they could improve on, and they will, as those players naturally develop into their physiques. But Ballybrown, they're all men out there, John. They're all huge men. Now, looking at the middle of the screen, Patrick Begley is going to tower over anyone, but in terms of physicality, that's where Ballybrown have the edge. And someone like Colin Coughlin and Aidan O'Connor, who's put on huge size in the last 2 or 3 years between the 20s and going in with the seniors. And then for Mungret, you mentioned some of the names there. It's brilliant to see the likes of Liam Lynch back. He's getting back to full fitness. He ran riot in Premier Intermediate 2 years ago. For me, Barry Duff has been their player of the year. He's just been phenomenal in midfield, and why the likes of Colin brings size and strength to Ballybrown, Barry Duff just brings energy all day, every day, and a nice little scoring touch. And Fintan Fitz just in front of him, only 17 years of age, he has taken this grade like a duck to water. So, you know, the quality out here. Both these teams are well able to play Senior A, but there's only room for one of them, and it just adds to the narrative we have here today, John.
Yeah, just as you see our cameraman Johnny Upton making sure you have the best view possible of this game. It is as big as it gets in the Bonsecures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. No question, quarter-final place for either side is great. But Jack, we've mentioned it, promotion for either one of these. Ballybrown feel they should already be there. Shouldn't have went down, and they went down a couple of years ago. Where Mungret St. Paul's, the trajectory, it's only their second year at senior level, you know, in recent times, and now for them with a chance to go up to the top level. We see Kilima Palace Kenry struggle at times this year, albeit in every game they played, you know, but the carrot is massively important for both.
Yeah, and I said it to Matt during the week that Mungret are ahead of their trajectory, and you know, if they don't win today, it won't be the end of the world. But you mightn't get this opportunity. You know, when Ballybrown came down 2 years ago, we would have said they came straight back up. You know, their backs against the wall to get up today. It's not easy. It's not a given any year to get back to that senior A. So for Mungret, as you said, that carrot is there. It's just about going in and taking it. And for Ballybrown, they'll see it. Look, we beat this team well last year. You know, they've improved, Mungret have improved, but they'll still see us as the favourites. Mungret will have no fear. You know, it's just going to be mouth-watering, John, as we approach and as they line up. And Ballybrown are starting with their 2 big boys in midfield, but they're going to be met by the Duff brothers, who have been in super form for Mungret this year.
I don't think Aidan O'Connor and Colin Coughlin will stay there. Maybe they will. We were told different and expecting something different as they line up, but maybe just for the throw-in they'll have this referee for this afternoon's game is Eamon Stapleton, and it's Clahan with Aidan O'Connor, or sorry, Ballybrown with Aidan O'Connor, I should say, getting this one, gets the pass away, and the shot is going to come in. It's going to come in from Ross Griffin, and with just 10 seconds of the game played, Ballybrown are in front. Yeah,
super start there by Ballybrown, and clever by Aidan, just to get into, you know, Aidan is a brilliant shooter, gets the player in a better position, bit of time for Griffin, throws it over the bar, and a good start for Ballybrown to get him going, and they have a sideline here already, John.
Yeah, they do indeed. It's taken sharp by Lee Doolan. Chance for Luke O'Connor to get another score for Ballybrown. Strikes that one. Accuracy is there once more for Ballybrown of 2 inside 30 odd seconds here, and it's a fantastic start for Harry Gleeson's men.
Yeah, brilliant start. But to be fair to Mungret, Conor O'Brien's puckouts have been brilliant so far, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him find the man. It's out to Brian O'Mara.
It is out to Brian O'Mara, a little slip, and you're going to see plenty of that as Aidan O'Connor takes possession for Ballybrown, tries to pick a man out into the full forward line. Up went Andy Cliff, Killian Archer is there with him, ball goes to ground. You're going to see plenty of that today as well, you can be sure. Archer's still trying to get there. Lee Doolan is in there for Ballybrown. It's Doolan racing forward here under pressure from Ona Doherty as well, and Dockers has it in the hand looking to get it out, gets the hand pass away, and it's just gone to ground as well. Pressure all over the Begley tries to get in there, as does midfielder there was Rory Duff in there but Luke O'Connor's there. Second possession of the game for Luke, does very well to hold on to it. Picks a pass there to Barry Adams, who's lit up the championship from goal, and Barry Adams has put that to the left and wide. First wide of the game, Jack, but already we're seeing the conditions make an impact.
Yeah, huge there. Just even to get the ball into hand, we saw Patrick Begley, Killian Archer, on the other side, then Colin Coughlin, no one can get the ball into their hand, so it's going to be crucial. And even for Barry there, it's over the shoulder, but I think if you have the ball in around any sort of scoring position, you have to take advantage of it.
Great take there from Barry O'Connor. Gets a pass away to Josh Adams. Josh is going to launch this one towards goal. Josh Adams, and Josh Adams has nailed that one. 3 points to no score. Ballybrown are on it very quickly.
Yeah, straight away they have settled into this game brilliantly, and they've intercepted 2 puckouts out of 3 already, and that's the basis for Mungret's play, but in here to fit. Brilliant catch by Finton.
Finton has in his hands immediately 3 players around him from Ballybrown's point of view. Begley switches this in. It's a good ball across to Brian Barry. All the time in the world is Brian Barry at the moment. He's going to get the shot away in the end. Will it have the accuracy? Struck it very high. Has the number 7 on the Mungret side, but from this occasion for Brian Barry, it's gone to the right and wide.
Yeah, and you'd expect Brian now to be hitting those. You got 3, I think, from play against Monaleen from wing back. He's played in the forwards and midfield so far this year, but you'd be expecting that to go over.
Big ball inside to the full forward line. Barry Adams battling with Matt O'Sullivan. It's come to Conor O'Brien off his line quickly. Gets his pass away to the halfback. That's Owen O'Doherty wearing 5 and playing on the left. Low one into the middle to Barry Duff, and backing out to Killian Archer. Pressures on from Barry Adams on Archer. He got the clearance away, but it's into the breeze. That's going to break well for Brian Barry. Did well. Good interception from Josh Adams off his left. He's already got 1. Now he's got 2. Brilliant from Adams. Ballybrown are absolutely flying.
Yeah, and having someone like Josh Adams back there, wing back, such a scoring threat. It's hard to see where the breeze is going, but I'd imagine, judging by the 2 strikes, it's probably slightly with Ballybrown, but they take their chances. Mungret don't.
Paul O'Brien to this one. 2 players there, Kevin Foster being one of them for Ballybrown. Paul O'Brien under pressure wins the sideline ball for Mungret St. Paul's. Linesman on the far side there, Patsy Coffey, is telling exactly what happened to Lee Doolan, and he's not going to change his mind anyway, you can be sure of that.
No harm for Paul just to take his time over this one, get Mungret settled. It's been a very frantic start, and even you see here now Liam Harrington, I think, has gone in on Colin Coughlin, allowing Patrick Begley to sit. Good strike there, Roy Hall.
Good cut from Paul O'Brien right across the field. You can see probably coming into us in the commentary areas where the wind is really going. Lynch has it in his hand and he's off, taking on Stevie O'Reilly. O'Reilly trying to stay with him. Liam Lynch still goes, gets the shot away. Great score, Liam Lynch gets Mungret on the board. 4 minutes of the Sponsor Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 2 clash, and Mungret are on the board, Jack, and one they badly needed.
Yeah, brilliant there by Liam Lynch, and it's one thing I'd love about a player like Liam Lynch is always takes his men on, always engages, takes him on. Got the better there as Stevie Riley, and a nice score to get Mungret off the board.
Ballybrown are on the attack very quickly again, in towards it's Aidan O'Connor there, who's operating inside the full forward line now. Gets it off to Luke O'Connor. O'Connor will expect to score from this range, makes no mistake. Second score of the game for Luke O'Connor, and Ballybrown already in this game, Jack, they're just finding their scores that bit easy. Yeah,
they're finding it easier to get the ball up there, and they're also making hay when they're up there. I think that's 1 wide they have in total, but 5 scores inside 5 minutes is brilliant going so far from Ballybrown, and Colin Coughlin has the ball, 1 back here.
More danger for Mungret St. Paul's as he plays this one across into Ross Griffin, the first point of the game after 10 seconds coming from him. Now it's in towards Andy Cliff, so accurate if he gets his shot away. The pressure is on from Liam Harrington. Andy Cliff strikes that one. Oh, what a score from Andy Cliff. He's deadly when he gets it into his hand, Jack. Doesn't matter where he takes the shot on, but it just proves Ballybrown are on this from the very, very first throw.
That's some score there by Andy over in the corner, because well marshalled by Liam Harrington, but when you're on, and you can just sense Ballybrown have hit the ground running here, and it's how can Mungret respond?
That's the big question for Brian Begley and his management team in the early stages here. Barry O'Connor against Paul O'Brien. O'Brien, lovely bit of skill on the ground from him. Has in his hand, he's got a runner in Barry Duff. Duff now heading towards goal. Barry Duff, he's going to get the shot away. Saved initially by Josh O'Reilly, but it went under him in the end, and Barry Duff has got Mungret St. Paul's right back into this one.
Yeah, what a goal there by Barry, and you could see he just sensed the danger. Once Paul O'Brien, it was broke between, he sensed that Paul to get the flick, did the right thing to give it to Barry, and I said to you before the game, he is flying it. I'd say that's 4 or 5 goals this year, and all of a sudden 1 point gauge on. Or 2-point game.
Yeah, 2-point game indeed, as that goal badly needed for Mungret St. Paul's, and now maybe they can get into their stride a little bit with Rory Duff getting the pass away. Pressure's on. Brian Barry does very well, does Barry, to deal with the initial challenge. Still going, Brian Barry looks for the hand pass, finds it out to Owen O'Doherty. Colin Coughlin is in close proximity, but he gets the ball away. It's a good delivery inside. The run now for Niall Mulcahy, taking on the cornerback Mark Sheehan. Sheehan, a tight marker, forces him backwards. Touch isn't great there. Sheehan's in there again, showing how hard work will work every time. Here's Josh Adams goes in to collect for Ballybrown. Ball on the ground once more. Neither side able to get it initially, but Fintan Fitzgerald has got the ball in his hand. Off to Liam Lynch. Lynch now met by Stevie O'Reilly, forces it into his hand. Great work from Stevie O'Reilly to pick that one up under pressure, and Stevie O'Reilly has been fouled. Free out for Ballybrown.
One thing that struck me for 7 minutes is Ballybrown have definitely adjusted to even picking the ball off the ground far quicker than Mungret have. There's been a lot of errors from Mungret. The Ballybrown doesn't even seem like they're playing in difficult conditions. If Mungret can arrest that, they'll be well within this game. But it's only 2 points. I think if you told Brian Begley this is how the game was going to pan out, but there'll be 2 points in it, you'd be delighted with Ballybrown starting so well and so accurately. But strike here from, is it Josh Adams or Colin going to Josh Adams, and probably within his compass with the bit of a breeze behind him, John.
Yeah, it's a huge distance though still for the man wearing number 24, but he's been operating at centre back all year for this Ballybrown side. He hits it well, does Josh. It'll be some score if he can get it. Goes to the right and wide though. Distance the issue there, and that's Ballybrown's second wide of this afternoon's contest.
Couldn't channel either Paddy Donovan. We saw yesterday on Limerick JTV a couple of outrageous long scores from the Effin men in their win over Brough.
Something else from Paddy O'Donovan. 12 points overall yesterday, as Stevie O'Reilly's out in front again, leaves the ball behind though. It's into the hand now of Brian O'Mara looking to deliver inside. It's a decent ball, dangerous one in. Calls come there, but again it's Ballybrown that have won it. Stevie O'Reilly getting back there. Pressure on Ross Griffin there, he's been fouled. Brian Barry didn't need to do that, he was up close to him, pressure was on, needless foul.
Yeah, definitely needless. And we saw the distance that Josh has from way out in the wing from even further back, although it looks to be Colin that's going to take this one. But needless free. I like the energy from Brian to get up there, but it's needless. Show him up, and it was Luke O'Connor that won the ball, so he's got 2 points in play, but it appears to play in midfield. He's been all over the place.
Coughlin strikes this one. Colin Coughlin heading towards the left hand side again. Third wide for Ballybrown. Score, well, there's plenty of scores here in Claughaun, but out in Brough it's a different story. 1 point to no score in favour of it there, with 8 minutes on the clock there, as this one's in the full forward line again. Stevie O'Reilly is there for Ballybrown, playing a captain's role off to Josh Adams. Adams looks at what's ahead of him, decides to go long, heading towards Barry Adams. You'd imagine it's up there, well won back there by Mungret St. Paul's though. Pat Begley plays it out to Owen O'Doherty. Doherty, low enough delivery inside into the forward line again. It's Stevie O'Reilly out in front there, and something that Ballybrown have got very much right in the opening stages. Mungret need to have a look at that. Mikey Kiley now switches play, and it's a good ball in from Mikey Kiley. Breaking there, back though is Pat Begley. That's his job for Mungret St. Paul's throughout this game. Begley launches one. It's not going to stay in play though. It might stay in play, apologies, as Niall Mulcahy battles for it. Flick from Josh Adams, sends it out over the sideline. Just see an idea there of the flags, Jack Neville, that the wind is coming over towards us with, as you mentioned earlier, slight advantage for Ballybrown.
Yeah, Mungret seemed to, for the last few minutes, abandon that short style of play, because it is so hard to play it around intricately inside there. So we saw a couple of long balls there from Owen O'Doherty and Pat Begley, and that could be the way to go while the wind is against you, and while you're getting used to conditions, and a chance here. It's Paul O'Brien. We know how good he is at sidelines, but it's probably an angle against him.
He'll have to start this one at the right hand post with Paul O'Brien, well capable of scoring them though, no matter the conditions. Good touch from Josh O'Reilly, decided to attack it rather than leave it come to him. Got to the pitch of it now, and it's Mikey Kiley for this side here. Kiley playing this one across now, and it's cleared out of the fence by Mikey Gavin. Gavin moving things forward here. Owen O'Doherty gets the last touch, and it manages to keep it in play under pressure from Aidan O'Connor, and steps away from the challenge as well. Across to Pat Begley there, and Mungret under pressure coming out of their fence. Big hit from Colin Coughlin, and Begley still gets the pass away. Doherty into the middle. Rory Duff hasn't got it to hand, and it's in. Now a chance maybe developing for Ballybrown through on goal. Well, it was Andy Cliff swinging early from Brian Barry. Referee, it wasn't Brian Barry in fact, in fairness it was Liam Harrington. And it's a free in for Ballybrown, and well, Mungret aren't happy with that decision from referee Eamon Stapleton, but either way it's a free. He's not changing his mind anytime soon.
Yeah, I thought it was softish. Liam definitely had to go for the swing, but again, it's that intricate play back there. It's probably just a bit too dangerous to do, and the likes of Colin Coughlin and Nick Cliff, Aidan O'Connor inside there will sense that they'll want Mungret to play short in the hope that they can turn him over, and an easy strike here for Andy. I think it's over to freeze.
Yeah, Andy Cliff, he's not going to miss those type of frees, Andy Cliff, not anytime soon anyway. And it's another score for Ballybrown, 7 points to 1-1. We've played nearly just over 11 minutes, I should say, of the Sponsors Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 2 Round 5 clash. And it's Ballybrown, as I said, leading 7 points to 1-1. Battle, lovely flick from Josh Adams, looking for Colin Coughlin. Coughlin eventually gets it into the hand, and this spells danger for any side to see Colin Coughlin moving forward. He goes to ground out, gets the pass away. Good pass away to Luke O'Connor. Good hit though from Mona Doherty, piling the pressure on, and Mungret have turned it over. Chance for them to attack now, and it's their midfielder, goal scorer Barry Duff is fouled. It says a free in for Mungret St. Paul's, and great work there from the half-forward line in midfield.
Yeah, and I had said before the game that the physicality stakes are probably in Ballybrown's favour, but Mungret St. Paul's refused to be thrown down there, and saw ferocious work from Ona Doherty, Barry Duff, Patrick Bigley inside there, get the turnover and a chance for Liam Lynch to start on the freeze today. It's probably not an ideal one, but Liam is a fine striker, but the wind, I think it's one that you kind of try and keep the trajectory low here, John, and hope for the best, try and hit it straight and through and over the crossbar, because 1-1 to 7, we kind of had a lull there for 5 minutes out of the score, but it's important that Mungret can just don't let Ballybrown run up a run of scores. Like they got 6 out of the first 7.
Yeah, 6 points to 1-1 as Liam Lynch strikes this one. Looks good from our angle here. The white flag is raised. Liam Lynch for 1 out of 1 from him, and Jack struck that one. More importantly, very difficult free taking conditions. Struck that one a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he did. He's a super free taker, in fairness to him. Is Liam. We saw Paul O'Brien in him last year, but Liam has taken him over again. And Aidan O'Connor here with the strike.
Yeah, it's Aidan O'Connor with it, and it is a beauty from Aidan O'Connor. And just quickly to get into the game, Aidan O'Connor with that sensational strike. 8 points to 1-2 now.
Yeah, and we just spoke about replying to scores, and Ballybrown there again replying to Mungret's score, and what can Mungret hit back with?
That's the question here for Pat Begley and his side. Ball comes in towards Lynch again. Such an advantage for him to be back in this side. Plays it across towards Fintan Fitzgerald. Break block from Josh Adams on Fintan Fitzgerald. Shot a lovely flick away into space for Mikey Kiley to collect. Plays a low one down towards Mikey Gavin. Gavin under pressure now, and it's flicked away from him by Fintan Fitzgerald, and it's off goes Niall Mulcahy now. Mulcahy with the strike, and Mulcahy has sent that to the right and wide. Wide ball, just tailed in the wind at the last second. I think, Jack, you were writing it down. I wasn't far behind it, just tailed.
Yeah, and I think one thing with Niall, since he's gone with Kerry, his striking has improved immensely, and I think that one just got pulled by the wind, but he will still be disappointed with that as Ballybrown got an attack again here with Aidan O'Connor. Dangerous
spells here as O'Connor collects that one, flicks it inside. Race for Barry O'Connor and Barry Duff, and it's Duff that got there first. Kind of changed his mind at the last second about what he was going to do, but he holds on to it. Finds a pass to on a Doherty. Doherty plays it forward. Good ball inside again. Stevie O'Reilly's out in front, and it's going to be a free out for Ballybrown. It's something that Mungret have to look at, Jack, because Stevie O'Reilly is lording it back there.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of ball out in front of that full forward, and I'd like to see a few maybe high balls going, because it's not working out in front. Stevie O'Reilly is playing from the front, and all the rest of the boys inside there are too. So it'll be interesting to see, do Mungret change that tactic again? They've gone from playing short ball into long ball, but maybe give a few high balls, because you see the physicality of Liam inside there, and Niall Mulcahy as well.
Yeah, that one's gone to the left and wide as well. So understandably, a lot of chances going to begging here, given the conditions. They're not clearing. The rain maybe dropping a small bit, but the wind picking up as the rain drops. As Conor O'Brien wasting no time, well, taking his plenty of time, I should say here. Plays it short to Liam Harrington. Pressure on from Andy Cliff. Harrington, though, well, he got away first off. He's been caught now, and he's tripped. Colin Coughlin's got away with that one as the Mungret defender, and it's a free in for Ballybrown. And Mungret St. Paul, so often this half, Jack, they've done that too many times. Absolutely sticking to their processes, but sometimes you just need to get rid of the ball from your full back line.
Yeah, and I said it there, there's lads inside there. Those Ballybrown boys are inviting Mungret to play short, and that's the way they play. So, you don't want to go against their principles, as you said, but Ballybrown are on it like that straight away. They can sense if there's any bit of danger. They're literally letting the Mungret boys have time, so they make a play, and then you hit them, and that's what happened there with Liam Harrington and Colin Coughlin in straight away. And the chance here for Andy Cliff just to put a little bit of distance between the teams again.
Adair 5 points to 1 up with 15 minutes played in Brough. Big game there as well, of course. Adair in with a chance of reaching the quarter-finals as Andy Cliff sends that one between the posts. Another one for him, second free of the game for the Ballybrown number 14. Jackie's not going to miss too many.
No, and Andy's a brilliant taker, and it just goes to show how good of a free taker he is that Aidan O'Connor is on the field and Andy Cliff is still entrusted with the free taking duties. So that's a sign of a confidence in Andy if you ever needed one there. And he has 2 frees now, but a chance here for Liam Lynch to hit back.
Yeah, I mentioned he had 2 frees. He's also got one superb point from play. Andy Cliff, really promising performance from him from Ballybrown's point of view in the opening 15 or 16 minutes. Going to be a free here for Mungret St. Paul's, and Liam Lynch making his way back there, and certainly in no rush to do so, Jack.
No, and Luke O'Connor there giving him a helping hand, putting the ball back where he feels like the free is from, and it looks to be kind of around halfway here, John, but a difficult free. Like, I'm not sure if you can hear it at home, but there's a lot of wind here. I'd say there's a bit being picked up, so credit to Johnny Upton, I think, more than anyone so far at the moment for keeping this ring going.
Cameraman is playing an absolute blinder here in Claughaun as Lynch goes to strike this one. Liam Lynch has sent that one. It's dropping, and it's dropping over the bar. What a strike again from Liam Lynch, and a reminder to Ballybrown, Jack, that if they do give away frees from anywhere on the field, Lynch is capable of sending them over.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal free taker, and himself and Andy have the same record. 3 scored so far, 2 frees, one from playing. Free taking will be huge today, John.
Yeah, 3-point game now as Pat Begley, the Mungret captain, takes the loose ball, plays it to Rory Duff. Low one from Duff up towards Brian O'Mara, taking on Josh Adams. O'Mara then off his left, playing it inside towards Paula Brown. Again, Stevie O'Reilly is there. Paula Brown has won the ball. O'Reilly's off his feet. Paula Brown with the strike, and he's put it to the left and wide. That was a big chance for someone like Paul O'Brien. He'd be expecting to score no matter the conditions.
Yeah, and I thought there it opened up for Paul to bring it in a bit closer. There might have been a goal on there, but hasn't scored yet. Probably eager to get on the scoreboard, but look, he'll be back, no doubt. He's such a player of his quality.
Barry Adams on the charge here for Ballybrown, looking at his options, plays the hand pass off to Barry O'Connor. Good hit there on Barry O'Connor by the full back, Matt O'Sullivan. Strike does come in though, and it is an app. So it's gone to the right and wide. I think there might be a free. Yeah, is there a free? Just looking at Eamon Stapleton signalling there. No,
don't
just a whistle. He's saying hold up a moment. There's a little issue here for one of the players.
Or is he giving a free, John? Because like the Ballybrown by with the water, or the towel is coming in. So
yeah, I think he was just blown up. Maybe a late hit.
Maybe 65.
Not sure. I didn't see a deflection.
Neither did I. I'm not sure where. Look, Andrew Cliff won't care what he was given for. He'll just care that he has the sliotar in his hand. And
yeah, it could be a 65, Jack. Maybe just where he's placing it.
Yeah.
The shot came from a different area, so it looks like a 65. If it goes over, we'll put it down as a 65 till we're told otherwise anyway.
Yeah, I think the way Eamon kind of there was a bit of play and then he signalled, so I'd imagine it was 65.
Anyway, it's Cliff striking it, and Andy Cliff has sent it over the bar. Another one for him and another one for Ballybrown. We're coming up to the 20-minute mark. 19 on the clock. 10 points to 1-3.
Yeah, 10 points to 1-3. But it, 4-point game, but it has been probably a 4-point game in Ballybrown's favour so far. They settled in a bit better. It's been fairly even the last 12 minutes or so, John. And, you couldn't call it from here.
No, it's a wide open game. This one still battle for possession, and it's in Ballybrown's hands still. In this one, lovely little short pass there off to Barry O'Connor. Barry O'Connor sending that one in around the edge of the square. It's going to break, and it's going to break for Brian Barry, and Mungret St. Paul's has it. Barry steps back inside onto his left. Never thought to go across the goals, but you're allowed to do it there when you have a man like Gon O'Doherty in space, and free away from a Ballybrown marker. Still going with it off to Barry Duff. Duff now looking inside, delivers it off his left. Good ball inside, but Ballybrown again diligent in their defending. And it's Mikey Kiley plays it short to Josh Adams, out to Mikey Gavin as well, who took possession a moment ago. Gavin delivers inside as well off the run, but Pat Begley will scoop them up all day straight into the left paw of the Mungret St. Paul's captain, and gives a pass away to Liam Harrington. Harrington under pressure again after Rory Duff. Ballybrown with 2 men challenging. That means 1 is free, 2 are free as Begley finds the pass there to Liam Harrington. Hurley goes in, battle for it. Fintan Fitzgerald ahead and getting to it ahead of Aidan O'Connor. Fintan Fitzgerald still going after Brian O'Mara. Good play from Mungret St. Paul. It's going to come back from a free, and it's a free to Mungret.
Yeah, it's very, very frantic out there, John, because I don't think anybody is 100% sure of taking any sort of ball that's given away, especially a strike pass. But Fintan Fitz just is a brilliant hurler first and foremost. Very rare you'd see him with a missed touch. So I think himself and Barry Duff will be so crucial to Mungret today. I don't think they'll care what kind of ball they get. They'll take it in. Another chance here from Liam Lynch, who hasn't missed yet. And to be fair to Liam, he's taking his time over these frees. We'll understand not only the importance of the free itself, but just maybe kill a bit of time, get in, get regrouped, because it's about the wind now. The rain has stopped, John. It is about the wind, and who's dealing with that?
Well, Adair seem to be dealing with it well in Bruff. 7 points to 1 up after 20 minutes against Monaleen as Lynch strikes another one towards goals, and he's, well, not surprised to see the white flag raised again. Liam Lynch gets another for him.
Another for Liam. Keep that scoreboard ticking over. He goes to 4 so far, and
he's the only point scorer for Mungret in this game so far, along with Barry Duff's goal, as Ballybrown on the attack with Lee Doolan flicks it across towards Luke O'Connor, ploughing forward with it. Luke O'Connor, but Begley's in there, gets a flick away. It's a good one to Barry Duff, and Duff now finding a short pass to Fintan Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald off to Barry Duff again. Good touch from the midfielder, under pressure now. He's well hooked, and it goes into Josh Adams' hands, and Adams, we've seen already in this game that he can get him from long range, and he's hit this one to the left and wide.
No, the goal is usually a good indicator whether it's going over or not, and Conor Bryan waved that off and quickly then got a sliotar himself as he restarts here at Begley.
Begley has it, plays it short into the hands of the number 12 on the Mungret side. Shane Barry's had a quiet game so far. Shane Barry trying to spark into life here as the first half comes to a close. Flicks it off towards Liam Lynch once more. Lynch playing it, intricate stuff here from Mungret. St. Paul's off to Paul O'Brien, goal chance, and O'Brien has sent it to the right, maybe flicked off the post, not quite sure. We need to see a replay of that. Well, the whistle has gone from the referee. It's going to be a free out to Ballybrown, but a second goal chance of the game for Mungret, Jack, and one again. Paul O'Brien won't be happy that he missed.
No, and it from our angle it looked very, very acute from Paul O'Brien, but you'd back him to even take on the goalie. But we mentioned Shane Barry had a quiet game. He just started into life there, running nearly the length of the field, but a big opportunity missed, and Aidan O'Connor is on it, and I expect him to put it over.
Aidan O'Connor has absolutely hit that one well, but he's hit it to the left and wide, and well, we're having a lull in the game. 10 points to 1-4 in Ballybrown's favour, Jack, but as you mentioned, Mungret St. Paul's will probably be the happier team. It's 6 wides now for Ballybrown.
Yeah, they'll definitely be happier how they've settled into this contest. Had a goal chance, and probably should be only 1 point in it after that, but they're playing it out from the back again, and it's where you go from here is the question.
Ballybrown have dealt with most things inside that line as Liam Harrington delivers to Paul O'Brien, and Mikey Kiley forcing him out over the sideline there. Sideline ball to Harry Gleeson's side.
They've been brilliant back there, that full back line from Ballybrown. Mikey Kiley and Stevie Riley in particular have swept up everything that's gone in there. Bar to go, but the goal came from way out the field, so how do Mungret counteract that?
Kiley with the sideline ball flicked on by Brian Barry. Andy Cliff is out far to try and win it for Ballybrown's. Coughlin linking up with Ross Griffin before playing a ball into that line, and Pat Begley is back there from Mungret St. Paul's, but Barry Adams has done very well to get out first to that. Just lost his bearings there, fell over. Good work from Matt Sullivan to scoop it into the hands of Begley, and Begley's having a more growing influence in this game as the first half goes on. That's a foul by Aidan O'Connor on Owen O'Doherty. Free out for Mungret.
How often have we seen that, Pat Begley out on O'Doherty? It's just been a complete staple of this game so far, and it's working well. And the wind, John, I don't know, it's definitely swirling for Owen here. What way do you approach this? He's looking for someone to come short, but he'll go long.
He has to go along. Does Dockers plays it along the same line, and it breaks into the hands of Brian O'Mara. O'Mara now with a shooting chance. Mungret need more scorers than Liam Lynch, and they've not found another one here. Goes to the right and wide, and look, it's becoming ever more difficult in this game to get shots on target as the wind has a bigger influence.
Yeah, the wind definitely took that one, because you could hear the Mungret crowd, shouting in delight that it was going over the bar, and you see how tame it went in the end. So it's about getting really into a shooting chance, into your zone will be very important today.
Good pass from Begley heading towards Niall Mulcahy. He's got runners with him. Niall Mulcahy takes the option on, but a good hit from Josh Adams. But there again is Niall Mulcahy for Mungret St. Paul's. Still going Mulcahy. Great work from the number 15. Shooting chance for Mulcahy. Deserves a score. He's going to get a free instead though. And it's excellent work from Niall Mulcahy. It'll be interesting to see. Did the ball go over the bar? Can't quite see from our angle here. Looks like the free has been given, Jack.
Yeah, I think it went wide. I think Eamon would have given it if it went over, because no one stopped when the whistle was blown. But brilliant work there by Niall Mulcahy. And Mungret are very dangerous in that open play as we approach. We're in the rugby season now. And you talk about open play and the French, but Mungret are very like that. The breaking balls, they've just huge speed up there in that forward line. And Niall Mackay broke through there. We saw Barry Duff, and we've seen Paulie do it as well. So chance here for Liam Lynch to close the gap, but out in the other game, Adair certainly doing their job, John.
They are indeed. Adair, 24 minutes gone, 11 points to 1 up against Monaleen, as the sun makes a very surprising arrival here on the Childers Road. It has gone over the bar, and it is the free from Liam Lynch as the score, as Johnny Upton adjusts his camera to deal with the sun as he has to. And not an easy one, not one we were expecting there, but it's Mungret with another score, Jack, and a vital one from Liam Lynch again.
Yeah, back to a one-score game here in Clohan.
As Lee Doolan tries to make it a 2-point game very quickly, and Lee Doolan has done just that. Excellent stuff from Ballybrown. The response Harry Gleeson would have wanted to. Great finish from Lee Doolan.
Yeah, and they've been very good, Ballybrown, to not let Mungret get a string of scores together. They've hit back every time Mungret have scored. Ballybrown have got the next one.
11 points to 1-5 here in Clohan, and it's Mungret St. Paul's on the run again. Liam Harrington trying to deliver an accurate one. It's a good ball in. First to it there was the full forward Liam Lynch, but Stevie O'Reilly puts the pressure on. O'Reilly able to get it into his hand again. What a warrior Stevie O'Reilly has been for Ballybrown over the years. He's been outstanding as well so far in this game. Barry O'Connor now after Ross Griffin coming back inside as the number 12 for Ballybrown. Lovely pass towards Mikey Gavin. Gavin with a bit of time initially. He's immediately hunted down by his former Artskull Reach teammate Fintan Fitzgerald. Gavin though still doing it here, needs a bit of help. It's not forthcoming initially anyway. Liam Harrington on the charge, and that's a foul on Josh Adams, and could be a little talking to for Liam Harrington by referee Amos Stapleton as well. A wild enough pull.
Yeah, it's wild enough, but you'd be giving out your cornerback if you didn't go for that one, John. So
True.
I don't think there was any malice from Liam there, but now we've Aidan O'Connor over the freeze, John. It's
a long range one. Aidan O'Connor will probably take those. Andy Cliff staying inside.
Yeah, we've seen Colin take one, we've seen Josh Adams take one, but for me, Aidan O'Connor is the man that I'd have over every place ball in Ballybrown. We'll see how. I don't know how much a factor win will be. It's hard to tell.
We'll have to start it on the right hand post for sure anyway. That's the bare minimum from Aidan O'Connor here, is he? Well, he's nailed it. What a strike from Aidan O'Connor. Took the wind in perfectly, Jack. And Ballybrown, after Mungret getting a couple of decent runs, they just reply with 2 excellent scores.
Yeah, that's brilliant scoring. That's why I'd have him over all the frees, as I said, John. He's just beautiful striker of the ball. Very rare you'd see a miss hit. Well taken in there though by Roy Duff, but
it's a mistake in the Mungret defence, and Aidan O'Connor has another chance for Ballybrown. They just can't afford. We mentioned it earlier in the game, Jack, and it's another score for Ballybrown.
Yeah, good score there, and they're Mungret, I know they want to play it out, and we've said it so many times, but they're just coughing up too many scores. That's 4 or 5 now between turnovers that have led directly to score or to free that Mungret have given away here. It's just so vital if they cannot all go long, but it's out to Matt here. He drops it his time, but it's Ballybrown are letting them get it so far, and then it's what you do. Cillian Archer under pressure here from soft there. If I was a Ballybrown faithful now, I'd be disappointed with the result, but again, Mungret are so close to their own goal.
In these conditions, Jack, you're playing with fire, really, aren't you? It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult, with these conditions to try and play that game out of your defence as the free goes forward here, and into it is Mikey Kiley. Great stuff from Kiley. Gets it away though. Well picked up by Fintan Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now after Brian O'Mara. Mungret need a score. They lead at the half time, but it's gone to the right and wide again for Brian O'Mara. 4th wide again from Mungret to Ballybrown 6.
Yeah, and Brian's a great striker of the ball there, but I'd like to see Fintan take them on himself. It's probably one thing in his game. He's very he's very unselfish. I'd like to see him probably a bit more selfish. A high tackle there from Pa.
Yes, Colin Coughlin still on the run. He hasn't got a score yet in this half. Should do now. Colin Coughlin has put that one between the posts as well. He shipped a big hit from Pat Begley. Didn't knock a star out of him. Continues on to score it. Trademark Colin Coughlin score, and maybe a little card here for Pat Begley as well for the high shot. Yellow card indeed, Jack. Yeah, 2 big men going at it there, and Colin just shrugged it off, and that's 4 in a row very quickly from Ballybrown. They started the half very strong. Looks like they're finishing it in equal measure here, John. At a time here in the Bonsecours Hospital as the Bonsecours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Group 2 Round 5 clash, Jack. That's the half-time whistle. Ballybrown with a very strong end to the half and lead 14 points to 1-5. Yeah, 14-1-5. Probably a fairish reflection. Dominated the first 5 minutes, dominated
the closing stages of the half there. Mungret settled into the game, but Ballybrown, that's probably the quality that they have, that they can just string those scores together. You know, it's a healthy enough 6-point lead here. They're doing their job. They're doing their job, and it's going to be worthless for a dare if Ballybrown get the win here. But look, they look like a team that want to win promotion here. They're playing superbly at the back. Mungret are struggling to break them down, but they've shown glimpses. You know, they've had 2 big goal chances. They took one of them. If you took the other one, it would have been a very different story. But interesting to see. We don't know what conditions we'll have in the second half, John, but who reacts to them better will be the team that's promoted at the end of the day.
It is that simple here in Clohan. We'll take a quick break. You know, for that in a moment or so, Jack, Adair beating Monaleen 13 points to 1. You've already mentioned closing stage of the first half there. Looks like Adair are doing the business, but it's irrelevant if Ballybrown get the win. We'll be back for the second half shortly here in Clohan, where Ballybrown lead Mungret by 14 points to 1-5. Join us for that second half shortly. From the Strange, makes no mistake, second score of the game from him. Now it's in towards Andy Cliff, so accurate if he gets his shot away. The pressure is on from Liam Harrington. Andy Cliff strikes that one. Oh, what a question for Brian Begley and his management team in the early stages here. Barry O'Connor against Paul O'Brien. O'Brien, lovely bit of skill on the ground from him. Has in his hand, he's got a runner in Barry Duff. Duff now heading towards goal. Barry Duff, he's going to get the shot away. Saved initially by Josh O'Reilly.
Mungret to play short in the hope that they can turn him over. And an easy strike here for Andy, I think. It's over threes.
Yeah, Andy Cliff, he's not going to miss those time. Yeah, 6 points, 2-1-1. As Liam Lynch strikes this one. Looks good from our angle here. The white flag is...
Liam has taken him over again, and Aidan O'Connor here with the strike.
It's Aidan O'Connor with it, and it is a beauty from 5 points to 1 up with 15 minutes played in Bruff. Big game there as well, of course. They're in with a chance of reaching the quarter-finals is on as Lynch goes to strike this one. Liam Lynch has sent that one. It's dropping, and it's dropping over the bar.
There was a bit of play, and then he signalled side. I imagine it was 65.
It's Cliff striking it, and Andy Cliff has sent it over the bar. Another one after 20 minutes against Monaleen as Lynch strikes another one towards goals, and he's not surprised to see the white flag raised again. As the second first half comes to a close, flicks it off towards Liam Lynch once more. Lynch playing it, intricate stuff here from Mungret. St. Paul's off the Paul O'Brien, goal chance, and O'Brien has sent it to the right, maybe flicked off the post. Not quite sure. We need to see a replay of that. Another one from Liam Lynch again.
Yeah, back to a 1-score game here in Clohan.
As Lee Doolan tries to make it a 2-point game very quickly, and Lee Doolan has done just that. Fitzgerald Gavin, though, still doing it here. Needs a bit of help. It's not forthcoming initially anyway. Liam Harrington on the charge, and that's a foul on Josh Adams. We'll have to start it on the right-hand post for sure anyway. That's the bare minimum from Aidan O'Connor here. Well, he's nailed it. What a mistake from in the Mungret defence, and Aidan O'Connor has another chance for Ballybrown that just can't afford. We mentioned it earlier in the game. Welcome back to Claghon GA Club for the second half of the Sponsor Cures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. Round 2 clash between Ballybrown and Mungret St. Paul's. It's a huge game for both. It really is. Jack Neville, who joins me again for the second half. Winner take all, as we've mentioned throughout the game, and it's Ballybrown that are very much on top at the moment.
Yeah, Ballybrown are definitely on top. And I'm just doing the scores here, John, and the spread of scores in comparison to the two teams. You have for Ballybrown, Andrew Cliff has 4, Aidan O'Connor has 3, Luke O'Connor has 2, and then Lee Doolan, Colin Coughlin, Josh Adams, Ross Griffin have all scored. And then we do cover Mungret, they have 2 scores. 4 of those are frees. Liam Lynch has 1 from play as well as those frees, and Barry Duff has that goal. We've seen this attack function with the likes of Fintan Fitz, Shane Barry, Niall Mulcahy, Paul O'Brien putting up big scores so far. The wing backs, Brian Barry and them, contributing. They'll have to find that rhythm in the second half. They're 6 points down, but I don't think they'll be overly, worried about how the second half to go. But they will be very aware that they will have to play better and get this man on the ball, Barry Duff.
Yeah, it's battle for possession immediately on the ground as the second half starts here in Claghon. Neither side able to win clean possession in the opening seconds. So substitute on the Ballybrown side by the looks of things as well. Just double check that one when we can here. That's a free to Mungret St. Paul's. Good start to the half by them. I think it's Brian Griffin that's on for Ballybrown. Yeah, Brian Griffin wearing number 17 is on the field for Ballybrown. We'll update you with who he's on for as soon as we can. Jack might have a look around.
Yeah, I'll have a look, John.
As we see Liam Lynch coming out to take this one. Lynch scored 4 frees from 4 in that first half, 1 from play as well. Maybe it's Barry Adams, I think, that might be gone from the full forward line.
I think it's Barry O'Connor that's gone.
Barry O'Connor.
I don't see 15 out there. Barry Adams is inside.
Yeah, he's inside the full forward line, as we said. We'll update it. I think it's Barry O'Connor that is on, and the nod has come from Matt O'Callaghan next to us here in the commentary area as Lynch nails that one from distance. Great start to the half from Mungret St. Paul's. Great start for Liam Lynch.
Yeah, same as usual from the first half. He got 4 frees, didn't miss any. That makes it 5 now. Gap down to 5.
Yeah, Josh Adams takes this short one from Josh O'Reilly. Back to Mikey Kiley. Ballybrown playing this one out now. Mikey Kiley, battle between Pat Begley and Ross Griffin, or Brian Griffin I should say. Mikey Gavin has picked up the loose ball. He's got runners on him. Mikey Gavin, well confident, throwing this one over the bar himself. Gets the pass away to Luke O'Connor. Looking for point number 3 is Luke O'Connor. Very well worked score from Ballybrown. Excellently finished by O'Connor, who's having a great year at centre forward.
Yeah, good score there by Luke. That's 3 for the day. Hadn't scored in a while, but just again, Mungret still haven't scored 2 points in a row in the entirety of the game.
Yeah, it's really Ballybrown doing so well. After each time Mungret scored, it's them looking for it now. Niall Mulcahy switching play. It's a good ball inside. Dangerous one. Stevie O'Reilly's hand goes up, but Lynch reacts to the drop ball. Liam Lynch now, well marshalled by Steve O'Reilly, plays that one across towards Barry Duff, but he hasn't won it. Lee Doolan wins it, and it's cleared by Josh Adams. Low percentage one there from Mungret St. Paul's, and they didn't get away with it there as Andy Cliff battles with Brian Barry. Barry coming out with possession. Good work from him, but he's been pickpocketed by the Ballybrown player. It's into Brian Griffin, just back from a trip abroad and making his first appearance of the campaign, but Colin Coughlin has been dispossessed by Pat Begley. Begley switches play. It's a good ball out to Paul O'Brien. Mark Sheehan like a rash all over him, illegally so, says referee Eamon Stapleton. Free in for Mungret St. Paul's. Yeah,
softish again, but they'll take him, and Liam will jog out, and you'd imagine he'll fire this one over. Saw the danger there that Liam Lynch posed inside a ball, a 50-50 ball. Now Stevie Riley did well, but a break like that could just reignite Mungret St. Paul's hopes this afternoon. But good start to the second half, John. The conditions don't seem to be playing as much of a part here. Could have a third score in as many minutes.
Lynch told to move this one back. Well, there's only a yard or two. He moved it back. Fairly negligible, to be fair. As Lynch gets ready to take another one. He's been deadly accurate from place balls throughout this game. As the Mungret St. Paul's full forward strikes this one, and again has the accuracy and the distance. No problem from Liam Lynch. It's another score for him and another score for Mungret St. Paul's.
Yeah, and I don't keep harping on about it, John, but can they put back-to-back scores together?
That's the big
because
test.
they'll have to, if they're going to cut into this lead, they're going to have to get a run of scores there.
That's Josh O'Reilly now takes this one short to Mikey Kiley once more. Kiley in possession, flicks it into the hands of Kevin Foster. Low delivery from Foster. It's very well worked out as Brian Griffin launches this one towards goal. Brian Griffin, well, fancied his chances that Brian from long range didn't have the accuracy.
I'm not sure actually, was he going for a shot there, John, or was he dropping in? But definitely hit the distance if he was going for a shot, and Mungret have to be wary of that. Brian coming on to the second half.
Long delivery from Conor O'Brien. Great take in the air from Lynch, and he's off. Danger here is Fintan Fitzgerald through on goals. Oh, he's fluffed it. Fintan Fitzgerald couldn't get it into his hand. Should still get the score. Fintan, and he sent it to the left and wide. That's a gaping chance gone a begging for Mungret.
Yeah, he would have backed any man if any man in the field there, Fintan, to get into his hand, but probably saw so much open space. Brilliant catch there by Liam Lynch. And this is why I mentioned at the start to maybe go along to Liam, because he's such a big physical man and can move with it, and would he nearly been better off to go himself.
Beautiful take from Josh O'Reilly, and it's delivered inside to Aidan O'Connor. O'Connor strikes this one. Aidan O'Connor sends it high and sends it between the posts, and that's a huge score for Ballybrown, Jack. And again, another one to stop Mungret getting 2 in a row.
Yeah, and 16 scores in this weather, John, after 35 minutes is fair going. It's nearly a score every second minute.
Yeah, it's very impressive stuff from Ballybrown as that one goes beyond the reach of Barry. This occasion it's Shane Barry's is cleared. Donagh Doherty, great attitude going forward on the ball. Doesn't get into his hand, though. It's flicked out over the sideline linesman there. I think indicating a Mungret St. Paul's ball.
Yeah, I think it was. It won't be disappointing not to get in his hand here, but we saw Paul in the first half. Windford against the angle, he definitely has in him, but the ground is so soft underfoot.
Very difficult.
You don't want to get in any sort of turf with that, because it'll just scuff it.
It's going to be Paul O'Brien, as you see. See as you best you can. It's a good cut inside again. Dangerous ball. Battle on the ground for it. Niall Mulcahy was in there, as were several Ballybrown defenders. Mulcahy, that's come away with it, still going. Niall Mulcahy gets the pass away. It's across to Brian O'Mara, and Brian O'Mara has finally got a score a point outside of Liam Lynch for Mungret St. Paul's, Jack, and it's a very good score, well taken.
Good score there, and Niall Mulcahy did very well to get the ball up there, but Mungret just showing signs, that 3 of the first 5 haven't put back to back yet, but the scores are coming a small bit easier, John, I think, and Barry Duff here.
Lee Doolan has done exceptionally well to win that ball on the ground, but Brian O'Mara has picked it up loosely. O'Mara now with a chance to get that score, second one in a row for Mungret St. Paul's. Hasn't done so, it's gone to the left and wide.
Yeah, and again, Brian did well to get on the ball there. Probably would have been better off just giving it off to man. He's taken a few under pressure, definitely has the ability, as he showed a minute, to put it over, but just need to box a bit more clever than Mungret.
Need to do is this puck up. Mungret St. Paul's starting to win. Bit of loose ball there. It's going to go to
Cass.
To
Colin
Coughlin. That's just a stunning bit of play, but he's thrown the ball.
Oh. He's protesting his innocence there with Eamon, but this game is so fast. Colin Coughlin is operating at the speed of an inter-county player there, but look, you have to agree with what Eamon says there, and this could be the one where Mungret put back-to-back scores together. This will reduce it to 1-9 to 16. That would be 10 scores against 16, but they'd be well in it, Mungret, and you definitely back Liam Lynch to slot it over with the way he's been taking them. But again, you need to take all the time in the world over these frees.
Yeah, every free has to be treated the same, and Liam Lynch will know that better than anyone. He has been outstanding in this game so far from place balls for the Mungret St. Paul side.
You can hear the wind there.
Yep, there's plenty of it here in Clahan as Lynch sends that one over as well. It's another one for him, and it's another one for Mungret St. Paul's. And Jack, they've finally done it 2 in a row. Yeah,
they have, and they won't care that they're getting most of their scores from frees. Their thing is just chip away at this lead. As I said, I think they've started a bit stronger, and can they force Ballybrown into a turnover in their defence? Long clearance there from Ballybrown. Brian Griffin is on it immediately. Griffin, low delivery inside, not a great strike from him. Aiming for Luke O'Connor, but it's Pat Begley that comes away. It's well hooked there, but he gets it away, maybe deliberately, to Brian Barry, and Barry delivers it. Well, that one is an excellent strike from Barry. It's gone to the left and wide, and the wides won't worry Mungret at 7 apiece now, Jack, but they will need to start getting more accurate as this game goes on, as it elapses in the second half. Yeah, and I think Brian Begley will be delighted with how they started, and Brian Barry there probably should have just gone a bit forward, but he will here, and if he gets it up.
Yeah, Brian Berry has it again, plays a short one, doesn't go to plan. Great touch from Kevin Foster.
Yeah, brilliant by the
Ballybrown.
Ballybrown cornerbacks have been brilliant so far, but into space.
Alive, and Matt O'Sullivan is there, but so is Pa Begley, and Begley decides to go longer with this one. Switches play. It's a great ball out from Begley, and a great takeover on that far side. Off the fin to Fitzgerald. It was Shane Barry that won it. Fitzgerald off to Paul O'Brien, looking for his first score of the game. Paul O'Brien, and he has done just that. Excellent score from Mungret St. Paul's. Worked all the way from Pa Begley, and the finish was there from O'Brien. Great interlink between the lot of them.
And now we've 3 in a row. They're like the buses, those back-to-back scores. And I saw Mungret in this very ground against Monaleen, and once they got ahead of steam against Monaleen, they were very hard to stop, and they have controlled the first 10 minutes this half, definitely.
They have his Ballybrown go short again. It's getting so difficult. Colin Coughlin's been fouled. 14 points to 3. Adair lead Monaleen in the other game in Group 2 today. 14 points to 3 with 8 minutes of the second half gone there. So it's very much in Ballybrown's hands at the moment here. They're doing what they need to do. Aidan O'Connor trying to do the same for Ballybrown. The touch was good as the finish to match. Wow, what an absolutely beautiful score from Aidan O'Connor, Jack.
When in doubt, just find Aidan O'Connor, and just the nonchalance of that strike, John, into the wind. You can hear me laughing here, but that is just ridiculous. That's inter-county quality. There's a reason he was on the bench for that Ireland final.
No question about that. Aidan O'Connor, just outstanding bit of play here as Mungret go on the attack again. Liam Lynch has seen the run of Shane Barry. Shane Barry is going through critical moment again. Goes for it. Saved by Jasser O'Reilly. Well, he went high with it. He should have went low. Big chance for Shane Barry. Tried to get power at it and was straight at the keeper. Good reaction save all the same from O'Reilly, but Jack, he'll be disappointed with how we finished that one, will Shane?
Yeah, and you know yourself, John, from being inside in the sticks, that's where you want the ball to come at you, is high. And I don't know, did Shane realise the space he had? It was brilliant by Liam Lynch. First of all, the control to get into his hand and then to flick it over. But Shane would be disappointed if he had the chance again. I think he would have gone straight for Josh O'Reilly and flicked it in low. But I still had to be saved by Josh. We've seen him with the 20s. He's a top class shot stopper first and foremost. But still, it could be a chance here for Liam Lynch to cancel out that beautiful Aidan O'Connor score.
Lynch from the 65. He's got all his place balls so far in this game. He struck them with absolute ease, and he has got that one as well. Yeah, Liam Lynch with another.
It's 9 for him now. 8 of those place balls, but they won't care. 3-point game again.
That's exactly it, Jack. 17 points to 111, as tight as you would want it from a neutral's perspective. Ball comes out to Ross Griffin, breaks it for Lee Doolan. Good work from Ono Doherty, and in the end Rory Duff. Very slick hand pass from Duff to Brian Barry, and Brian Barry delivers inside, and it's a good ball inside as well here towards Niall Mulcahy. Is it? It is Niall Mulcahy looking for a bit of help. Niall Mulcahy finds it from Finn to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald from the touchline strikes it, and he strikes it to the left and wide.
Yeah, again,
more time again, Jack.
More time, probably not the best angle for Finty to go at that, but what's completely different about Mungret in this half is that ball inside is sticking. They've got the better of their men, the full forward line, and they're up to 8 wides now, but they are creating chances. And again, they're not letting, outside of Aidan O'Connor, Ballybrown have looked very limited in this half.
They have indeed here, as Brian O'Mara is dispossessed by Colin Coughlin. I was just going to say it was good work from O'Mara. It was initially, but Coughlin plays this one into the full forward. It's a good ball inside. Aidan O'Connor is away again here. Liam Harrington worried about him stepping inside, steps onto his left instead, and he's hit it to the right and wide.
He's human after all.
Just about.
I think that is going to be the ploy for Ballybrown for the rest of this half. Whoever gets it, look for Aidan O'Connor and try and find him, because he'll make space and he doesn't need much of it to score.
Big delivery there. Stevie O'Reilly gets the hurley to it, trying to keep it in play, and it's kept in play, and it's Mungret St. Paul's have it. Fitzgerald, the touch isn't there again. Lee Doolan trying to get there. Stevie O'Reilly the same. That's a free all day long. That's a free into Mungret St. Paul's, and a chance for Liam Lynch to put 2 between the sides once more.
And they're looking very threatening, John, up there when they get the ball. There's been just a couple of slight things gone right, a couple of slight, I suppose, touches is the word I'm looking for. And if they had gone to hand, they'd be straight in on goal. And you know, we could be back to 2 points here, John. They've scored, this will be their 7th of the half, 6th of the half. You know, Ballybrown have got 3, but considering how the first half went, they completely dominated. They snuffed out any Mungret chance to get a bit of momentum, and there's a momentum with only one city side here at the moment, and that's the team in red.
Absolutely. So Lynch, as Jack Neville mentioned, 9 points so far in the game. He's looking to hit double figures. And no mistake from Liam Lynch. Close enough range. He's hit harder ones than that throughout the contest, and it's a 2-point game.
2-point game, and it's been as close as it has been since that little run from Ballybrown at the end of the first half, and it's really setting up to be an intriguing final 15 here in Claghon.
Yeah, Josh O'Reilly with the puck out now for Ballybrown. They need something, need a response once more. They've had it so often in the game. Off goes Ross Griffin with a sensational catch off to Colin Coughlin. Coughlin delivering inside again, looking for O'Connor and Barry Adams. It's going to be Barry Adams too at first. It's a poor hand pass from him. Needs a bit of help from Aidan O'Connor, but Barry Adams still working very hard. He's done superbly to win that one. Blocked down by Matt O'Sullivan. Liam Harrington is there. Adams is there again though for Ballybrown. Needs a bit of help here. Barry Adams doesn't happen yet for him and Ballybrown. It's Mungret and Balls that have it. Barry has it again. Ross Griffin, I should say, has it. Gets the pass away to Brian Griffin. And that is a sensational score from Ballybrown.
Great score there, and you know, both sides worked tremendously hard to win the ball back. There was a block in there by Matt Sullivan. Liam Harrington intercepted the ball, but at the end of the day, Ballybrown won it back 3 or 4 times, and it was Brian Griffin. You know, he had that side a few minutes ago and missed it. He made no mistake there, and an important score there from Ballybrown.
Yeah, 3-point game now as that puck out, and the long puck outs from Conor O'Brien in this half are causing plenty of problems. Mikey Kiley's there to pick up the loose ball. He's looking at his options, goes backwards to his captain Stevie O'Reilly. Stevie O'Reilly across to Josh O'Reilly, and time and space for the Ballybrown netminder. Tries to pick a man out. He picks it beautifully to Colin Coughlin. Goes backwards initially, looking for a bit of space. Finds out a pass to Lee Doolan before taking it on the second one too. Coughlin still going. Big hit from Rory Duff. Gets the pass away though. Does Coughlin to Kevin Foster over there. Foster under pressure. Half blocked by Barry Duff. And that's clash ball. Should be a ball to Mungret. And that's exactly what it is. Great work from Barry Duff, Jack.
Yeah, brilliant work there by his brother, first of all, Rory, to stop up Colin Coughlin. I think they're finding it way harder to break him down this half, Ballybrown. I know they've scored a few points, but that's loose by Brian Barry, and Griffin has it again. Oh.
Yeah, Brian Griffin had the shot, didn't strike it at all, and Pat Begley is there to pick it up. His opposite man.
That's on the way.
Pat Begley has absolutely nailed that one. What a score from Begley, not just in the context of the game, Jack, but to inspire the rest of his team.
Yeah, that's a captain score there if you've ever seen one, John. What a strike there by Pat. You know, didn't think twice, has a bit of a wind and all the way over the bar, and you could tell by the crowd.
Rory Duff is down injured as well, but Jack, yeah, it has given a lift to everyone, including the Mungret St. Paul's crowd, as you mentioned.
Yeah, it's finely poised here, 113 to 18. It's crying out for a goal, John, for me. Like if Mungret got a goal here, they go ahead. If Ballybrown need one themselves just to curb this Mungret momentum, because they're such a youthful side. You know, it's hard to put them down. You know, they've won 3 of their 4 games. The draw against Carrickflan, they probably should have won that game, but against Munleen, against Liberties, you know, when they got going, they just pulled away. Now they are facing the best team they've played so far this year. They controlled the game against Adair as well, I suppose. Mungret St. Paul's did, but still, Ballybrown will think we've led from start to finish here. We're not going to let this one slip.
Oh, that would be very much their viewpoint, but it is getting more and more difficult here. Mungret with their confidence up in the second half. They've been more patient in front of goals, even with a few more wides as Fintan Fitzgerald takes the puck out. Pressure's on here. He's done very well to get away from 3 tacklers. Fintan Fitzgerald, chance to put one between the sides. Has it off to Liam Lynch. Lynch looking for more than a point on this occasion. Ball is across. Goal chance from Mulcahy. Brilliant defending. I think it was Josh Adams. It's a free out for Ballybrown. And it was a combination of Josh Adams and Josh O'Reilly that made sure that ball didn't go in. Josh O'Reilly certainly put his body on the line. And well, it's worked out trumps for Ballybrown.
Yeah, the exuberance,
huge moment in the game.
The exuberance of youth there from Fintan Fitz and Liam Lynch to not take their point and go for goal, and they were so close to doing just that. But brilliant work there by Josh O'Reilly. I think got the flick. I don't know who came out with the ball, but Josh, so brave from a goalie. He's down now, he's feeling the effects, but I'm sure he'd feel worse if the ball was in the net, John. You know yourself from being inside there, you'd do anything to keep the ball out, and that's what it takes to get to Senior A in Limerick, you know, to the cream of the crop. And again, Ballybrown lead by 2. They'll take their break here, and looking at Shane McGrath, he's given some instructions here to Kenny Power, who's coming in, and it's interesting to see. I'd say it'll be hold that centre, get control of the game somehow, because Mungret have been in control so far.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes off this Ballybrown side, as Kenny Power, such an experienced player at senior level for the Ballybrown outfit. See Dara Droog down there, Colin Coughlin, Shane McGrath, alongside Harry Gleeson, the Ballybrown manager, and Kenny Power is in for Ballybrown. We played 48 minutes here. It's Kevin Foster, I think, the player that could be departing here for Ballybrown. Yeah, Kevin Foster is moving his way over to the near side here, as you see it on screen. Kenny Power is on for Ballybrown. He'll surely make a difference to their defence. Kevin Foster giving everything he can for the cause for them in this game, but his afternoon's work is over. And it's a short puck out again from Ballybrown. Josh O'Reilly not feeling no ill effects from that incident moments ago. In it now to Stevie O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes the pass from Mark Sheehan and delivers long over the top there. It's going to break, and it's going to break again. Pat Begley in there, so is Ross Griffin and Colin Coughlin as well, but it's Ballybrown that are unable to do so, and it's Rory Duff. Short ball up towards Paul O'Brien for once. Paul O'Brien's touch evades him, and Mikey Kiley's in a flash for Ballybrown. Colin Coughlin there as well, and Ballybrown have it with Luke O'Connor. Josh Adams delivering long inside. That's what they've been trying to do. Good defending back there from Matt O'Sullivan. Just bats it down to Pat Begley, and Begley has Ona Doherty on his shoulder, and away come Mungret. St. Paul's want more. Barry Duff delivering this one inside. Played over the top, and it breaks over the top, and it's a battle now between Josh Adams and a couple of Mungret St. Paul's players. Josh Adams, lovely bit of play from him across to Josh O'Reilly, and a chance for Ballybrown to clear their lines. We've played 20 minutes of this second half, 50 minutes overall. It's Ballybrown leading this one in the Bon Secours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. The lead 18 to 113 as Ross Griffin goes on the run, takes the pass from Barry Adams. It's back out to Andy Cliff off his right hand side. Andy Cliff has sent it between the posts. Great score from Ballybrown. Jack, and it's one they badly needed.
Definitely needed there from Ballybrown, and brilliant by Ross Griffin, but he knew, look, I'm not really in a great position here, give it off to Andrew Cliff, makes no mistake, and just stretch out that lead there to a goal again.
Barry Duff has it from Mungret there on the 21. He's going to try and go for it on the 45, I should say. Barry Duff went for it, and it's gone to the right and wide, and they're the kind of ones Mungret, didn't need to. They've been working it into the full forward line so well, as I think Mungret St. Paul's now are ready to make a change themselves. Just waiting to see. No, Eamon Stapleton telling everyone to get on with it.
Yeah, they've a couple of boys yet to spring from the bench to Mungret, and so did Ballybrown. So it could be a sub that has the crucial say here, but you look at the wind there holding up the puck out.
Yeah, the wind is certainly picking up as this game goes on here. Josh Adams with the foul on Brian O'Mara. O'Mara still goes with it, gets the shot away, but ball is going to come back for the free, and a chance for Liam Lynch to put two between the sides once more.
Yeah, well worked there by Brian O'Mara, and it's just about bravery there in the middle third. It's just a war of attrition, and who will come on top there? Brian O'Mara did brilliant to win the free, and we're back in Liam Lynch, but you'll hear the wind here, John. Like, none of these frees are easy. I know Lynchy has gone 9 from 9
from place balls. Yeah, it's been outstanding from fairness to him.
Considering, I don't know how well it's coming across on screen, how difficult these conditions, but he's making light work of it.
A chance for Liam Lynch now, just outside the 45. Should be regulation enough given from what we've seen him in this game. No mistake from Liam Lynch. Another score from Mungret St. Paul's. And Jack, we're 22 minutes into the second half as Mungret St. Paul's make a change here. Number 19 coming on for them is Brendan Giltinan, a very experienced player, Brendan Giltinan. Just want to see who's coming off there. It's Brian O'Mara, or Shane Barry indeed. Shane Barry wearing number 12 is off the Mungret St. Paul's team. So
yeah, Brendan has huge experience at this grade.
19 points to 114. Ballybrown going short against Stevie O'Reilly. Coughed the ball up though, and a battle for possession will ensue here. And it's going to be throwing ball from Eamon Stapleton. Ballybrown and Mungret though, Jack, even despite the wind and the conditions, sticking to their processes throughout the game.
Yeah, and we saw in the first half, Mungret did it, got turned over a few times. Ballybrown did it there, but Mungret couldn't capitalise. But Luke O'Connor's in there again. Fintan Fitz, Roy Duff, Colin Coughlin, take your pick.
Plenty in there, neither side able to get their hands on the ball yet. Eamon Stapleton probably end up having to throw it in again. Mungret St. Paul's have it. Brian O'Mara a chance here. O'Mara with the strike, and he's nailed it as well. 1 point between them. What a finish we have in store here in Clough. 7 minutes left. It's a 1 point game.
Yeah, it's a 1 point game for the first time, I think, since the second minute that Ballybrown get the first 2 points very quickly. And this is so intriguing here, John.
19 points to 115 in Ballybrown's favour. That's a chance now for Mungret St. Paul's to get back into it, but Mikey Gavin is there for Ballybrown. Mungret have two men down there after a collision off the ball. Colin Coughlin going forward with it, plays it inside, maybe better off to throw that one over the bar himself, as Ono Doherty is back there for Mungret St. Paul's. It does fall to Brian Griffin. Is he looking for a bit of help? He's going to have a go himself. Brian Griffin here bats the ball down, tries to play it inside towards It's Colin Coughlin inside, I suppose. There, I'm not sure how Colin ended up in there. Brendan Giltinan is there for Mungret St. Paul's, and it's away they come with it. Matt O'Sullivan has it now for Mungret St. Paul's. Across again to Giltinan. Giltinan delivers it inside. It's a dangerous one inside. Niall Mulcahy has it in his hands. Mulcahy goes, gets the pass away. It's a goal chance here for Liam Lynch. Lynch has buried it for Mungret. 24 minutes gone in the second half, and Mungret St. Paul's have got 2 points to the good. What a score, Jack, and what a finish from Liam Lynch. You mentioned the goal could be vital, and it's Mungret that have got it.
What a score there by Mungret. We mentioned how, as you said there, how important the goal was, and the thing there was Liam Lynch, he was 1-on-1 bearing down on goals, and it's all about that finish, John, and Liam supplied it brilliantly. Low under Josh O'Reilly, we saw him make that save. We said Shane Barry should have went high. Liam Lynch said, I'm not making the same mistake. Low into the net, and Mungret are ahead.
Mungret are indeed ahead. They're a crucial moment in this game. They have a man down injured as well, and it's Rory Duff and Jack. Well, it's Mungret's to lose now, and of course that has ramifications elsewhere as another sub comes in for Mungret St. Paul's. It's number 25.
Jack McCarthy.
It is Jack McCarthy indeed, yeah. So Jack McCarthy is on for Liam Harrington. So Mungret now making the subs, and it is Jack that hold the aces here, and of course the other score at the moment in Brough, it's Adair 15 points, Monleen 5. They're doing their bits, Jack. So will that you do the maths? I think I've never been good at maths.
We're level at the moment, John. There had to be a 12-point swing. Oh, that's a wild swing there by Mikey.
That's trouble for Mikey Gavin. A chance for Mungret to go too clear, and Mikey might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think at my maths at the moment, I think Mungret are 215 to 19. I think is what we're playing here, John. That gives them a 2-point advantage. Adair are up by 10. There was 12 between them at the sides. They played a draw. I don't know, does it go to who scored the most? I can't tell you that, Matt, as of now. But a yellow for Mikey Gavin. Eamon is, I suppose, look, the nature of the battle. Mikey is not, a dirty player. The ball was there to be swung at. Probably a bit too ferocious. Free, fair decision. Brian O'Mara is down. How crucial has Brian O'Mara been in the last 15 minutes of play, John? Just been brilliant. And Liam Lynch, 111 so far. Don't be surprised if he takes it to 112.
Yeah, that would be no surprise if Liam Lynch sends this one over the bar as well. It's in Mungret's hands here as they line this one up. So Liam Lynch, as Jack Neville mentioned. Liam Lynch now with this one for Mungret St. Paul's. The lead by 2:15 to 19. A chance to put 3 between the sides. Liam Lynch has struck that one, and he has sent it over the bar once more. It's another one for Mungret St. Paul's, another one for Liam Lynch, and it's Ballybrown in right trouble here as we come to the closing stages.
Yeah, the only thing is, judging by that score, if they finish level, Ballybrown have scored what a take there by Brian Barry. Oh,
and he's been fouled. It's
free in.
It's a free into Ballybrown. As Brian Barry won the puck out but lost the ball immediately. Maybe a little tuck in the jersey, didn't quite see it, but Eamon Stapleton was steadfast in his decision there. And it's a chance now.
Yeah, judging by the score, Ballybrown have scored far more than Adair. So if it goes to who scored the most, it'll be Ballybrown. I think that's what it goes to, John. But at the moment they're 1 point behind Adair in the points differential of both of them to finish on 7 if we finish like this.
Yeah, O'Connor has struck it, but he's gone to the left and wide, and it's a big miss, that one for Ballybrown. Permutations, we're all doing our maths at the moment here in Claghon, but elsewhere it's an issue as well. It's another wide for Ballybrown. They're up to 10 now after that miss, and Adair and Monleen becomes very important all of a sudden. They're 15-6 in that one now, so it's a 9-point lead for Adair. It could come down to a solitary point in this game. We'll have to wait and see as Lee Doolan wins possession for Ballybrown. The clearance comes in, and it's a race on now between Ross Griffin and Matt O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan got to it first. He flicks it out over the sideline, and a chance now for Ballybrown and Colin Coughlin to build an attack.
Yeah, and enough for all the maths we do out here, John. I can tell you, none of the players out there, or none of the players seen Adair Monleen, are doing it at the moment. They are just focusing on getting the win. Right man is on the ball for Ballybrown. What a block.
Blocked down brilliantly there, but what a pick-up again. Brian Barry done brilliantly. Out to Ross Griffin. He couldn't get it into his hand. Challenge from Brendan Giltinan. It's given. And it's given as a sideline ball to Mungret St. Paul's. No free, says the referee. Eamon Stapleton on that occasion. A chance for Mungret for the first time in the second half anyway to slow things down.
Yeah, huge there by Brian Barry to get the block in on Aidan, because I can assure you, if Aidan O'Connor has space like that, he is putting it over the bar. But it's an awkward place for Brian to hit that sideline, but gets good connection on it down the line.
Indeed, down the line, and that's where Mungret have been so good. That's
Foul
a
by
foul on
Fintan.
Josh Adams. Needles one as well. And it's a chance for Ballybrown to clear their lines.
Oh,
Be brought up, is it?
yeah, and does this suddenly go into Aidan's compass, or is Josh going to take it?
I'd say it'll be Josh. That fair, it wasn't brought forward. The initial thought it was that it has been brought forward, but no. Josh Adams has the chance now to deliver this in and around the edge of the square. Maybe where he's aiming, just that bit far with the breeze coming across to this side, as we know how strong it's been throughout the game. As Josh launches that, it's going to drop. It's going to drop in favour of Ballybrown initially, and it's Ross Griffin has it in his hand, and Ross Griffin is on the run, plays it across the edge of the square backwards. It's going to break to Andy Cliff, flicked away from Cliff, kicked away by Rory Duff. What Ballybrown have in their hand, it's Luke O'Connor still going with it. Begley's there for Mungret St. Paul's. The ball is breaking, pulled on by Andy Cliff, it's blocked. It's in the air. Aidan O'Connor still has it. He's looking for a free. He doesn't get it. Brian Griffin is there now for Ballybrown. Kicks it away. Gets a bit of space for himself. Does Brian Griffin. Hand pass away. Chance now on for Josh Adams. Pass comes out. Chance comes there. It's a slip. They have a free anyway to Ballybrown. A chance for them to put 2 points between the sides again.
Yeah, and I think if you're Ballybrown, I know we're into injury time just there now, but I think you've time to chip away at that lead. I think Mike Evan was going for a goal there. Maybe he knew they had advantage on. I didn't certainly see a hand up from Eamon, but it's a free here from Andy Cliff. This will reduce the gap to 2 points, and be first score in 10 minutes for Ballybrown, you know, and they haven't scored much this half at all.
Adair 16, Monaleen 6 points. We're in the 59th minute of that one as Andy Cliff sends that one over the bar as well, and now it's 20 points to 2-16. Ballybrown needs something quick though, Jack.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you're on time at it on. Conor O'Brien will take all the time in the world here to get this ball out, and if you're Conor, you were just pucking this as far into the other opposition half as you can.
And near side as well, it's been so good for him in the second half, and Conor O'Brien eventually gets this one away. We have played over 1 minute of at a time here in Claughaun on a battle for possession. It's far away from the Mungret goals as Mungret would want it at the moment, as Mikey Kiley didn't get that one away.
Paul O'Brien.
Paul O'Brien has struck it, and Paul O'Brien with one of the scores of the game at exactly the right time. And what a score that was, Jack, and it could be so vital.
What a score there by Paulie, just when you need it. And it looks to be Mungret's game here. It's free in. This is going to be dropped into square, John. This could get very interesting, but huge score there by Paulie. I think it's only he's second of the day, but I don't know, is there a more crucial free he scored?
Yeah, it's an excellent one from Paul O'Brien. Just a superb strike from the touchline. Couldn't have been more difficult with the wind and the conditions and the angle he had, but Paul O'Brien has nailed that one, and what a huge score that could be. 16-6 it remains going into injury time in the other game. That one is dropping well short of where Josh Adams would have liked. Ross Griffin is there, but he's under severe pressure
From Fintan
Fitzgerald dropping back now. Mungret have plenty of players behind the ball, and it's a battle on the ground here, and Eamon Stapleton going to throw that one in.
Mungret won't care.
No,
That's just more time out of the clock.
Takes another few seconds away from Ballybrown's hopes. It's going to break for Ballybrown initially, but the pressure from Mungret has been absolutely superb.
That's it.
And that's going to break. It's going to stay inside. Leave Kenny Powers there. Ross Griffin now. Brian Griffin, I should say, after Kenny Power. Power now under pressure. It's going to break again from Mungret. Can't get the ball in the hand, but again, more time is being wasted as they try to win possession. Yeah, still neither side able to win it.
Again.
Eamon Stapleton will have to throw the ball in again. It eats up more time.
More time. The Ballybrown can't afford to lose.
No, they can't run in here again. Battle on the ground, and Colin Coughlin has it, trying to break away. Gets a pass off to Lee Doolan. Doolan is going to play it across the edge of the square. Doolan breaks it in. Square ball. And it's a free out to Mungret St. Paul's. And I think Josh Adams is the man up there on the edge of the square. Inside the square is the referee. And it's a chance for Mungret St. Paul's to clear their lines. And Jack, I think that's that.
I think that'll be it. I think it'll be Mungret.
Big moment in the other game though. Monaleen have got a late goal. 16 points to 1-6. Jack, I'm going to go back over to your mats.
Yeah, well, Mungret or Ballybrown are, I think they're down by 3 at the moment. Mungret I think it's okay for Ballybrown at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too.
if we're looking at 7 points, they need to get by 12. It's 10 at the moment. It'll be enough for Ballybrown, but
it's Ballybrown taking this one. They know they need a goal.
There's been a fair share of time at it here, John.
Yeah, we are up to the 4 minutes mark here as Mikey Gavin plays this long. Gavin now. Josh Adams up there. Adams goes up. Brilliant take from Josh Adams. Flicks it across. Looking for someone in there. It's batted across the edge of the goal and it's batted wide. I think it was Andy Cliff coming in on it. He tried to get it across the square.
I think that's it, John.
I think that should be it here in Cloughan. Full-time whistle
it's
goes.
Over.
Mungret are in Group 1 for next year. They've earned promotion here. Liam Lynch's goal proving absolutely crucial. 6 minutes from time. That goal, eventually the difference. They've won 2-17 to 20 points. Jack, what do you make of all that?
Look, it's a brilliant result for Mungret St. Paul's. As I said at the start, I think they're ahead of their trajectory. You look at the likes of Fintan Fitz, it's his first year of adult hurling. You look at Liam Lynch, it'll be third year, but you know he was injured all of last year. The likes of Brian O'Mara, Barry Duff, Killian Archer, these young lads that have just taken the senior hurling with a storm, and it's brilliant to see. Like, they're doing loads of work at underage, and you see that community development they're doing, and they're ahead of schedule, but they will fear nobody next year in Senior A. But knowing that team, they're not going to care about promotion right now. It's going to be, yes, enjoy it. It's brilliant to get a win against their neighbours, but they're going to have a quarter-final next week. They're either going to have Patrick Swell or Doon, one of the big boys, and they won't care. You know, a brilliant result, brilliant comeback. You know, they were dominated in the first half, but showed great resilience just to stay in it. And once they got that purple patch in the second half, they made hay, and Liam Lynch was the man of the day. 1-12, nailed all his frees in difficult conditions, got the match-winning goal. Barry Duff got the first one. Brilliant result for Mungret St. Paul's, and they won't fear anybody next year or next week. But for Ballybrown, as we stand right now, John, it is okay for them.
At the moment, okay. Adair needs something. They need it fast. There's 64 minutes gone there. 17 points to 1-6. Adair currently leading. Monaleen, that is in the dying embers as well. It still looks good for Ballybrown on the graphic as well. Adair have a point. Yeah, we're just.
But the only thing, while we're waiting, Ballybrown will be delighted to get in the quarter final. For them, they would have seen their place is Senior A, and it's another year without. They'll be disappointed, you know, if that they didn't get that. They'll have a chance in the quarter final. We saw South Liberties last year. They were the team that finished runner up. They went the furthest. They got to the semi final. So that there is a chance for Ballybrown for that. But look, I think today belongs to Mungret St. Paul's. There's a good few lads out there that have soldiered for years. There's a lot more that have only played a couple of years and are used to winning. I know.
Yeah, Jack, we will focus on Mungret St. Paul's for a moment while we wait for the final score. This is a massive achievement. Their second year only even Group 2. They've gone through one iffy result against Garspillan, a surprise draw, but they've been absolutely outstanding. Last week's performance against Monaleen, probably before this win, was just showed where they've come in 2 years, and now they have. You know, they've done just outstandingly well to get where they are.
Yeah, look, and you can point to the population they have and the view population. There's no point, you know, denying that. But they're doing great work at groundwork. There's a lot of those boys, I would say, 2/3 of the team are between 23 and 19 or 17 years of age. So they have done great work. They've a lot of players that have come through the underage ranks. We look at that midfield. Barry and Rory Duff. Rory obviously has his All-Ireland medal. Barry, I would imagine, will be called in next year, has played 20s. In front of that, you know, Brian O'Mara, Fintan Fitz and Shane Barry have been phenomenal all year. We've seen them playing underage at Limerick. You know, centre back Patrick Begley is definitely the elder statesman of the team. I think Pa is 31 or 2 at this stage. He's seen Mungret at intermediate. I know Dockers was there when they were intermediate, and Conor O'Brien as well. But outside of that, you know, they're a really, really young team. It's going to be, the future is bright for Mungret. They're ahead of trajectory, but they will soak this in. You know, similar path to Kildare Palace Kinnery, only needed that 2 years at senior to get into Senior A. It'll be about sustaining that next year, but for now they have a quarter final. And are we finished in the other?
We are finished in Bruff, where Adair have beaten Monaleen by 17 points to 1-7, and by our reckoning here, it is Ballybrown that have got to the quarter final by a 1 point scoring margin. Well, they're through to quarter finals. They'll be happy with that. They won't be happy though that they are out of the reckoning for Group 1. at this stage. Well, that is the final score now. Definitely we have in it there. It is the final score there. It is Ballybrown and Mungret St. Paul's that go up. Ballybrown by their absolute skin of the teeth going into quarter final, I should say. Final score in Mungret, they're 17 points. Monaleen won 7. Final score here in Claughaun, where Mungret St. Paul's have earned promotion with a stunning 217 to 20 points victory over Ballybrown. That's all from us here from Claughaun, a very breezy and wet Claughaun. My many thanks to Jack Neville for his expert analysis from this afternoon's clash. It's me, John Keogh, signing off on Limerick GATV, brought to you by Stream Sport. And join us for more live action next weekend, where we'll have the quarter-finals. Join us then. From Ross Griffin and
They have a sideline here already, John.
Yeah, they do indeed. It's taken sharp by Lee Doolan. Chance for Luke O'Connor to get another score for Ballybrown. Strikes that one. Accuracy. Take there from Barry O'Connor. Gets a pass away to Josh Adams. Josh is going to launch this one towards goal. Josh Adams, and Josh Adams has nailed that one to the breeze. That's going to break well for Brian Barry. Did well. Good interception from Josh Adams off his left. He's already got one. Now he's got two. Brilliant from Eddie Goal. Lynch has it in his hand and he's off, taking on Stevie O'Reilly. O'Reilly trying to stay with him. Liam Lynch still goes. Gets the shot away. Great score, Liam Lynch. Gets rating inside. Gets it off to Luke O'Connor. O'Connor will expect to score from this range. Makes no mistake. Second score of the game from him. Bounce in towards Andy Cliff. So accurate. He gets a shot away. The pressure is on from Liam Harrington. Andy Cliff strikes that one. Oh, honest question for Brian Bigley, his management team in the early stages here. Barry O'Connor against Paul O'Brien. O'Brien lovely bit of skill on the ground from him. Has his hand. He's got a runner of Barry Duff. Duff now heading towards goal. Barry Duff. He's going to get the shot away. Saved initially by Josh O'Reilly.
Mungret to play short in the hope that they can turn him over, and an easy strike here for Andy. I think it's over threes.
Yeah, Andy Cliff, he's not going to miss those type. 6.211. As Liam Lynch strikes this one, looks good from our angle here. The white flag is.
Liam has taken him over again, and Aidan O'Connor here with the strike.
O'Connor with it, and it is a beauty from the first one with 15 minutes played in rough game there as well. Of course, a very good chance of reaching the quarter-finals as Lynch goes to strike this one. Liam Lynch has said that one. It's dropping, and it's dropping over the bar.
He went with a play, and then he seemed outside. I imagine about 65.
It's Cliff striking in, and Andy Cliff has sent it over the bar after 20 minutes against Lynch. Strikes another one towards goals, and he's not surprised to see the white flag raised again. He's the second first half comes to goals. Picks it off towards the Lynch once more. Lynch playing in intricate stuff here from Mungret St. Paul's off the ball. O'Brien goal chance, and O'Brien has sent it to the right leg, flicked off the post. Not quite sure. We need to see a replay of that. One from Liam Lynch again.
Yeah, back to a one-score game here in Claughaun.
As Lee Doolan tries to make it a 2-point game very quickly, and Lee Doolan has done just that. Fitzgerald Gavin, though, still doing it here, needs a bit of help. It's not forthcoming initially anyway. Liam Harrington on the charge, and that's a foul on Josh Adams. We'll have to start it on the right hand post for sure anyway. That's the bare minimum from Aidan O'Connor here, is he? Well, he's nailed it. What a mistake from in the Mungret defence, and Aidan O'Connor has another chance for Ballybrown that just can't afford. We mentioned it earlier in the game, Jack.
From Pat.
As Colin Coughlin still on the run. He hasn't got a score yet in this half. Should do now. Colin Coughlin has put that one between. I think it's Barry O'Connor that is on. And has come from Matt O'Callaghan next to us here in the commentary. Here is Lynch. Nails that one to his ball. He's got runners on it. Mikey Gavin well confident to throw this one over Bar himself. Gets the pass away to Luke O'Connor. Looking for point number 3 is Luke O'Connor. As the numbers and balls forward. Strikes this one. Again, has the accuracy and the distance. Inside. O'Connor strikes this one. Ed O'Connor sends it. Several Ballybrown defenders. Mulcahy that's come away, but still going now. Mulcahy gets the pass away. It's across to Brian O'Mara, and Brian O'Mara.
You can hear the wind there.
Yep, there's plenty of it here in Claughaun as Lynch sends off the fin to Fitzgerald. It was Shane Barry that won it. Fitzgerald off to Paul O'Brien looking for his first score of the game. Paul O'Brien, and he has done just hands at the moment here. They're doing what they need to do, and O'Connor trying to do the same for Ballybrown. The touch was good as they finished the match. Wow. Here's one attack again. Lynch is seen the run to Shane Barry. Shane Barry is going through. Good moment again. Goals flip. Saved by Josh O'Reilly. All his players go out so far. This game is going to be absolute ease. He has got the Lynch, 9 points so far. Andy Cliff off his right hand side. Andy Cliff is set. Now, just outside the 45. Should be regulation enough given from what we've seen him in this game. No mistake from Liam the ball there. Instead will probably end up having to throw it in again. Mungret St. Paul's have it. Brian O'Mara a chance here. O'Mara with the strike. And he's nailed. No, Mulcahy has it in his hands. Mulcahy goes. Gets the pass away. It's a goal chance here for Liam Lynch. Lynch has buried it for Mungret.
We're level at the moment, John. There had to be a 12-point swing. Oh, that's a wild swing there by Mikey.
That's trouble for Mikey Gavin. A chance for Mungret to go into 19. A chance to put 3 between the sides. Liam Lynch has struck that one. And he has sent it over the bar.
Haven't scored much this half at all.
There, 16. Only in 6 points. We're in the 59th minute of that one as Andy Cliff sends that one over the bar.
There's a good few lads out there that have soldiered for years. There's a lot more that have only played a couple of years and are used to winning. I know.
Yeah, Jack,